At last, we meet again. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Hello, Zan. Happy Friday. Hold on. What song do I have? What BGM is this that's playing? A second. One quick second. Ah, that's what's playing. Okay. Cool. Well, step back, relax, and I will explain to you guys about sigils. Now, you're probably wondering what the heck, Toku. What the hell is the sigil? Ow! Hit my desk and my bum. So sigils are easy, right? It's simple. A sigil. I got the wrong button. Let's zoom in here first. Let's go really into detail here. Now done. A sigil is simple. Very simple, you see. You see this? You see this under my eye? You see this under my eyeball? That's a sigil. Now, let's start this off simple, shall we? This means to define or seal. One or the other, right? Can you guess which one it means on my eye? Okay, but that's not the only sigil. There's another sigil. There's a ton of sigils actually. There's a ton of sigils, and if you combine all of them together, you can make spells. Yes, I'm teaching you how to make spells. Dangerous, rather. Okay, so the arrow underneath my eye means defy or seal. There's also this symbol, which I like using a lot. And this means conduct, right? Conduction. Now this works usually in a lot of things, because this is simple now. It's really simple. It gets into things like this. Like, this means like fire. This is fire. I know. And the more lines you add to it, the stronger the fire. And then of course we've got ice. And this is wind. You know, your simple, your basics. Right? This is the basics of these three are here. These three are the basics. That's the base. Right? So, for example, if you wanted to make electricity, there is a base for electricity, I guess. No, it's not the lightning symbol. It's not the lightning symbol, trust me on this. It is this thing. Yes. Lightning or light. If you erase that bottom one, it becomes the light. It's like learning Japanese all over again, right? Like learning Japanese again. But don't expect... don't expect much from this stream, by the way. This is a bunch of absolute BS that came up to my mind. Absolute BS. Hold on, my music is... Yeah. So, now you're probably asking me, how do you write something, right? Like, how does this work? Well, if you want to conduct electricity, like chain lightning, it's simple. Right? You've got conducting, and since you already got the circle here, yeah, I mean, it's already there. It's already there. There you go. Lightning all. And then that's how you shock a group of people. And you're asking also, like, Toku, if you need sigils to cast magic, how does it work then? Like, how do you cast it? So we are embedded with elements and stuff, right? Each one of us in my planet are embedded with elements. That's why I am fire and Cap2 is lightning. So you put me and Cap2 together, you get... That is our symbol right there. That is our symbol together. But I have a lot more than that, right? Because in my genetics, I also have this. Now you're wondering what the heck did you just do, Toku? It's a bunch of scribbles. I know. To you it looks like a bunch of scribbles, but funny thing about these sigils is I came up with them ages ago. And I mean like ages ago. And this is actually written in a giant notebook I have right here. Giant notebook with all the sigils and what they stand for. So this essentially means me and Captain, right? Yeah, look at my handwriting. It's great. Me and Capsu. Now you've got fire, lightning, and these two are here. These three stand for this thing. Well, I mean, we also have this. Defy, seal. And then we also have convert. Then next to that, this is convert right here. This MC is convert. The Z0, the ZO right here. ZO stands for this. And destruction. ZO means destruction. And this giant symbol right here, that stands for desire. You're asking, Tonku, what does desire have anything to do with us? Well, when you combine desire with the desire sigil with certain things, you get certain spells. Like for example, combine fire with desire, you get, boom. I don't know exactly what to call flare. Good flame, right? And yeah, I know you don't really see the symbols of it. The sigils are there, and if you want to add even stronger, you go do that, and then we can add that to it, and then it becomes judgment. And this is a very high level spell. You don't need to worry about that though, because this is like level 5. You don't need to worry about that. Let's start with the basics. Let's go back to the basics, okay? We'll go back to the basics. Of fire, ice, wind, and lightning. Yes. You can combine all of these together, yes, you can. But it's not gonna be a fun time. It's not. It's not gonna be fun at all. It's gonna be absolutely chaotic. Yep, absolutely chaotic. Watch. Your math teacher never taught you these back in school because I made up this crap. I made up this crap way back when I was a wee little villain. Hello, Shurat. I believe this is the first time I've seen you in here. Hello. How you doing? How's your Friday? The whole idea behind sigils is combining them into one, right? The whole idea behind sigils is combining them into one. I know, I just wrote no right there. And this is just big kaboom. Kaboom! Unless you can master it well enough and write it much better than I'm writing it here. It doesn't equal kaboom. It can equal all elements. I know it sounds stupid, but all elements is just another thing, right? And that's not how you write all elements, no. Ice, wind, lightning? Yes, ice, wind, lightning. All element actually equals this. This is all element. Here, that's all element. Yeah. Now most beginner mages or not mages, I guess, but most beginner sigil wielders usually tend to use just the two. They like combining fire and lightning, or fire and ice, or wind and lightning, which makes storm, or they like doing fire and wind. I've never really seen ice and lightning, but it does exist. There's those few random people who use ice and lightning. Now you guys should know the connections here, right? Because hold on. Let's zoom out. Gonna get crazy. Okay, so there's fire. Ignore my bad handwriting. There's firebolt. There's water. There's I guess it's not exactly storm, right? It's more like a tornado. Tornado. Yeah. And most of these, back in my plan, back on my home planet, these are put on stones. If you're not very good at like using actual magic like us and have like the sigils inscripted into you, then it's like, well, yeah, you can have this magical rock that has the sigils on it already. And to activate it, you simply just take a basic rock and just hit it like a regular flint and stone kind of a deal. Water and ice and fire, since melted ice is water. Yeah. See, you'd think that the basic is water, but on our planet, our water is a little hard to find. Water's a little difficult. Our water comes frozen. Yeah. Our water comes frozen in this giant ice mine as like cave. Because the climate where we find water is very cold. Thus, we have to melt it down with fire. When you melt that down together, you get water. It becomes regular water, purified pure. Yeah. Now this is used for like, usually when all elements is made, you get and usually equals like healing based things, right? And it no longer becomes that. It's all elements are free, it's a free sigil. You don't want that because that's boom. Heals. But yes, yeah, not a lot of people can actually learn how to use sigils correctly. So for a lot of the regular civilians, we have rocks you can buy very cheaply, and it'll do the job for you. Now, even though these are the base elements here, most of the stones you can find in usual stores and whatnot, and my planet is very simple things. Let's cut this off. Like for example, simple sigil you'll be able to find anywhere, anytime, and for any given reason. A very basic sigil. This is called lift. Can you guess what lift is used for? Can you guess what lift is used for? 90% of the time, lift can be used for many things. You can 1. Lift yourself. 2. Lift an item or object. Or 3. I guess you can lift like other creatures and whatnot, but lift. There is a limit, I guess, depending on like the mental capacity of the human, the person using it. But everyone has a pretty high mental capacity on my planet, so it's not that bad. Yes, you can lift a giant boulder if you wanted to. It makes life really easy. Makes life really simple. Tree in your way, just lift it. Just lift it off the side. Yeah. But trees are strange in my planet. Trees look like this, right? Trees look like the number 4 here. Very handy spell to have, exactly. Very handy spell indeed. Trees look like 4s in my planet. And they usually go like that. And they've got like these floating bushes. And when they fall over, well, you can see how that get kind of annoying. Yeah. Trees. The next basic one you'll want to be able to find is this one is condense. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Condense? Okay, what does that even mean? Well, condense means to, well, you know what condense means. Most people should know what condense means. This is usually used for like, if you're trying to stack things together, it will condense it and uncondense it if you need it done. There are limited uses. Yes, there are very limited uses to any of this. Most average lift ruins, I guess we can call them ruins. It's like sigils on stones. Most average lift ruins have 50 uses. That's a lot. That's bang for your buck right there. But if you really want to go the distance, you'll find some stores that have like 200. Don't ask why it's in such weird increments, but that's where you can find it. Condense only comes in 1. You don't need to spend much on condense. You get 1,000 uses on that. Because it uses such small amounts of mana, that you don't really need to like worry about it. The person who made it for you, the person who made the ruin for you for condense, they just kind of like stared at it and you're good. Yes, these are rechargeable as long as you have someone who can imbue mana into it. They are rechargeable, but that costs the money. That is a I don't know how to say. How to say. Give me a second. My brain is like dying. Service. That is a service within itself. Unless you yourself know how to use your mana, then you're fine. You don't have to charge. You don't have to pay for it. But there's a small amount of people. Hello everyone. How's my stream been? We're going through the ruins of sigils on my planet. Is there a mana battery you can buy for the rocks? Absolutely. You want to know what it looks like? I'll show you. It looks like a battery. You think I'm joking, but it looks like that. And it really just is a... Yeah. That's true. And you've got like 700 uses for that. It's really just... You smack it against the other rock, the other ruins. You go click, and then it'll give you the charges back. Do you know how many charges you have? Unless you know how many times you've used that, then no. So you can go easily go check that with, check that with someone who knows how to use their mana. And they can easily tell you, well, there's about a good 200 charges in here left. You're fine. And this usually just kind of evens it out. Like if you ran like 20 out of 50. It'll just kind of take that and put it back right where it's missing, right? Then boom, you smack it once and you're set. And you smack it again. If you happen to smack a battery against any other ruin stone, you get a conduction. Now, and then this happens, right? You get this. You get conduct, and then big boom. You get big boom. You don't want that. You don't want big boom. Can you stack ruin effects? There is indeed certain ruins you can stack. You're gonna contact support to find how many uses the racks have left. Yep, pretty much exactly that, Shiro. Can I just call you Shiro? Would you rather have me call you full name Shirat? Shirat. Either one works for me. And yes, there is definitely stacks you can do. There is specific types of ruins, like this one. Shiro is good, sounds good. There's this one, right? Oh, that's wrong. And it usually comes in a rock. Isn't speed? Yes, you can stack speed. Why would you stack speed? So you can move faster, duh. But speed affects more than just your walking or your running speed, right? Speed can also be used for like all sorts of things. For example, this has like 30 uses, by the way. Speed can be used for all sorts of things. Thinking power. You can use speed for thinking. You can use your speed for movement, like dexterity things. It helps the elderly most of the time. It's really good with that for the elderly, because then they can go back to their original speed of how they were when they were at their prime. Yeah, it's really useful. Is there any after effects? Not really. With how much thinking we are doing, there must be a melatonin ruin. Oh, absolutely. It looks like this. And no, it's not just, ZZZ in a circle. It's this. Yeah, you're thinking, Tonko, that's just lines in the ass. No. The S stands for sleep, very much yes. But this means lay down, and this is pretty much you. This is a very barbaric version of this. This is, as we would call, low melatonin. Melon. We'll just call it low melon. This is low melon. And you can find this anywhere. Your local... Well, we don't have gas stations because everyone kind of finds. You like my funny words, Magic Man? I'm proud. I'm glad. Now, there is such a thing as high melatonin. Be careful with this, because it doesn't look like that. It'll look like this, and then go that way. And then it'll have like 3 circles at the end. If you see anything more than 3 circles or less, be worried. It might be a counterfeit. Yeah. That's wrong. And that's wrong. Be careful of those. And this is high melatonin. High melon. Right? You got like 10 of those. And you got 5 of those. So, this one is usually for like, if you just want your regular doses of melatonin. That's simple. It gets the job done, and it puts you to sleep. It helps you sleep better. But if you're having like insomnia and all sorts of other things that require you to sleep much better, this is essentially anesthetics. This is essentially anesthetics. And this one is, the way they use these ruins, it's not the way you would think, right? These melatonin or medicine-esque ruins, they will very much leave it on you. It's like if you put a rock on your hand and you leave it there for a second, it'll take its effect. Your skin will absorb the mana, and it'll work. Yeah. But for these, you would have to put it up to your head, so your brain can absorb the effects of it. If I was to bring any of these down, the government will be after me. Thankfully, I can easily easily just cast these because I have sigils built into me. Hence why I have seal or defy on my eyes. I can easily change the sigil if I wanted to, but defying is pretty fun. Now you're asking me too, Toku, what can you do with defy? Well, when you defy something, that's not the law, don't worry. The law is just the nice part of it. When you defy something, when you defy or seal something, depending on your use of it, because this can easily go up or down. When you go up, it is defy. When you go down, you are sealing. Does that make sense? Yes. Simple enough, right? Now, when you defy something, the law is the nice part of it and has to be quoted somewhere. the breaking the laws is the nice part of it. Yeah. The laws of my planet is much more, say, intense. There's not exactly heroes there. There's not exactly villains there. It is more so a planet of people who are dangerous. Let's just say that. Very dangerous. But I usually, for me, personally, I use defying to fly. Wait. And I can also use defying to consume. You're probably asking me, Toku, what are you consuming? I'm not consuming what you think I am. I am simply consuming mana. Earth's resources. When I'm consuming here on planet Earth, I am consuming nature's mana, which takes a while because the mana here on planet Earth is not very strong. It's not as strong as our planet up there. If I'm up there and then like I just stand around, well, my mana just kind of evens out, right? Yeah, but here I have to like reside in. That's why we live in a cave, guys. That's why we live in a cave. But I have to reside in nature for quite a while, so my mana fully restores, right? So that's what I use defy for. But when I'm sealing, this is where to file. When I'm sealing, I'm usually containing. Mostly containing Capsule. You're wondering why am I containing Capsule? There's reasons why I'm containing her. We don't let her consume like things she shouldn't. She can easily just consume whatever she wants. She's giving me those eyes, I can see. She's giving me the eyes, she's giving me the looks. She's tired of me. So that's why you Tokians are lacking in vitamin D because we're stuck in a cave for God knows how long. Exactly. Yes, exactly that. But it's simple. See, because of you guys are always around me, you guys also get your source of vitamins because my mana is divvied out amongst all the Tokians. My mana is divvied out amongst all of you guys enough where even if you don't go outside for for a while, you're okay. You'll be alright. There is no deficiency in my cave. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be great. But yes, I usually use seal to contain. But I can also use seal to like hold, contain, not the same thing really. I can use it to hold. Like, I can expand my giant slaves into an actual fist and use that to hold, which is where I use seal and defy, because I'm defying physics. I'm defying physics right now to turn my slaves into a giant fist, which allows me to hold the heroes I fight. Yes. Now this is gonna be a short stream like yesterday too, about an hour 30. there's only so much I can do with sigil math, right? Because sigil math can go quite a ways from now. But then we can get into like weird sigils like this. Am I gonna make the astrology tutorials real? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I can, but this seems like a lot of work. I do have a notebook from like when I was way back when. Making a proper sigil tutorial, you know, and maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll make a whole series about it. Like, hey, welcome to sigil history today. Today we're gonna learn about these sigils. That sounds pretty funny. You know, maybe I'll stick to that. Maybe I'll stick to that. It sounds kind of funny. And it's like, well, today we're gonna learn about. Let me erase this because this is advanced sigil. We'll just make up a whole math thing, and people will just know about sigils. It'll be great. Like, congratulations, you now know about water. You know how to make water now. You put the fire next to the ice, and wow, you get this. You get this cool symbol right here. Water. Which is usually contained inside of a bottle. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Toku, huh? Now, when this is outside of a container, you see water outside of a container, it usually means it's never ending. And it's just someone with the mana refilling it. We never run out of water that way. That's the one nice thing about our place. Val, how you doing? How's your Friday? Bread. But yes, can you mix more fire to water to make it boiling? Yeah, so outside, it's hot outside. It really is. It's raining here and it's like hot. I hate it. I hate it so much. So, allow me to make a new page because this is, yeah. Let's start with the basics once again. Not the basics, though, right? Okay. Now, when you want boiling water, of course you're gonna have, you know, you're gonna have a bunch of that. You're gonna have like 2 of those, and it makes boiling water. No, that's wrong. If you want boiling water, you're gonna need to do this, right? Ow! Hello, Val. You're gonna want that. You're asking me, but Toku, that's just 2 fires and ice. Yes. Now it's boiling water. Yeah, it's that simple. Yeah, it's really that simple. You really just add 2 more sigils of fire. Make sure they're small though, because if you do this, for example, if you happen to do this, you have an cumulative amount of obtainable points at your disposal. Don't use all of it in one place, buddy. Don't use all of it in one place. For example, if you happen to do this, right, and you have just water, now you can make magic tea. I can even show you how to do that. We have magical teas. Do not doubt me, Taitoku. I am doubting you. What are you gonna use your points on? Punching me? You're gonna punch me? I'll show you how to punch me. I'll throw things hold on, let me use my telekinesis. Ow, ow, ow. Who threw a bike? Who did that? Put a condensed rune on wind and lightning and suddenly you have rainstorm in a jar. Well, first you have to get a jar. First you have to buy a jar, Everin. Yeah. But for example, if you happen to do this and your sigils are huge, you're gonna have a lot more problems. Thank you, Shiro. Mm-hmm. Water. Yeah. So you happen to do that, you've got a lot more problems on your hand because now you've made lava. Congratulations! Now you've made lava because your fire sigils are much too big. That's why you gotta keep them, you know, gotta keep them tiny. You gotta keep them tiny. Gotta keep them tiny. Yeah, but you don't want lava in your cup. If you happen to make boiling water and then you decided, hey, let's heat it up even more, you've made lava. I don't make the rules, okay? I don't make the rules. Now, mind you, that the problem with this equation right here, the problem with this equation right now, this regular boiling water, is because it's forever. Forever boiling water, because you put it on top of the container with water. So now it is forever boiling. Oh god, that would have been good to know in that one school fair. Yes, it would have been good to know. We don't have school fairs on my planet. Nope. We have something called magic fairs instead, and it becomes like a battle. Eternal warm tea. I guess so, yeah. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. If you put this in a container, put this cold. Usually when people do this on my planet, it becomes one of four things. It becomes tea, tea house, cafe, or it becomes one of these, right? Watch. We have ramen too. One of these three. These are your roots if you ever make this. These are the four roots that we have on our planet. What if? You mix it with regular water. So, if you happen to add good teaspoons. Eternal tongue burning. Would you like eternal tongue burning? So, for example, you happen to add more water. Right? Add ice into water. Hold on. And you decide, hey, I want water. I want lots and lots of water. Well, that's a problem. Because now you've added too much water. And this has become... I don't make the laws, alright? It's become mercury. Because it's too murky of a water. And you've added too much element. It's become poisonous. How can one drink it? You bet those cafes shut down the instant they make a sell? Nonsense. When it's water, it's permanent. It's never ending boiling water. So the containers always have water. Like hot water. If you happen to add one more, it's still fine. Gotta be on first customer to experience it. Exactly. That's great. So it changes according to how many water sigils you add, right? If you add 4 to your regular water ice sigil, you get mercury. But the less you add, the less it becomes. Now this is a gas. This is a gas. I don't know what gas this is. It doesn't have a word word in English, or even like earthen tongue. But it does become a gas. And then you take another one away. This becomes river. You've made a river spell. You can cast, yes, you can cast surf like Pokemon. You've made a river spell. Congratulations. But if you want to just keep it regular, right? This most of the time, this is a never-ending regular water flow. That's usually what we see on the what was it, the sinks in our planet. That's usually what we have our sink on, like the water dispensers. It's really just unlimited regular water because you've melted the ice, but you want it to keep flowing, so you put water on it. Or sometimes you'll even see, a small residual of water on it, which means, well, it's still regular water, but you can now control hot or cold. And of course, the sigils it'll just kind of, it still has, on it, but underneath these C and H, you will simply see fire or ice. That's as simple as it is. And now you guys know. You guys now understand fire and ice. Right? Any questions? Any simple questions on fire and ice? Fire and ice is as simple as it gets. And after that, we can move on easily to any combinations of any of these. Any simple combinations of any of these. Fire and ice equals water. Fire, ice, water. Nah, hollow purple. Purple? What? Your typos couldn't be worse. I'm not sure what you meant. You must be very tired today. Fire, wind. I can't write. Fire and ice, red and blue. Yeah. But that makes water, right? What if adding a big fire and ice mixed lava would big fire and big ice just be normal water or something else? So, if you happen to have two giant sigils, for example, a ginormous level, right, of fire and ice. When you decide to put these two together, it would just be basic normal water. But if they're ginormous, and this is like, for example, it's here. This is us. I know it spells no. I know. To be honest, you don't know what's going on. I'm explaining sigils to you guys. Yeah, it's just something stupid I thought of it when I was a much younger Toku. Let's just leave it at that. When you put these two together and they're ginormous, you get yourself a tsunami, which is a level 4 spell. That's important. A level 4 spell is very dangerous to us. Level 3 spell is like, if you want to throw water at someone, like at the same level of a bullet, that's a level 3 spell. And it will hurt. It will kill. It can kill. But that requires water. And then you need to add like a small level of wind. On nuclear level, a nuclear level, let me think. Okay, if you want a nuclear level, so you guys still get water but a bigger quantity. Yeah, exactly. Now, in terms of mana levels though, if you're able to cast this, you are on the same level as me. maybe even a little stronger ads. We'll take a break. I can take a sip. Did everyone have dinner yet? I hope you guys did. I'll wait. I want dinner. I need to wait. I need to wait for dinner. I want dinner. I can have dinner after this. Woohoo! Dinner. Dinner. Welcome back. Okay. Now that. If you want a higher level of things, you're looking for judgment. Judgment plus. Because if this is a level 4, Tsunami is a level 4 spell. And Judgment is like a fire swords coming from the sky. If you want a nuclear level spell, take this equation and put it inside anything. Literally anything. Back. Welcome back. What ads did everyone say? I've always been curious about that. What ads plays on my channel? Or is it like specialized for everyone? Everyone's different. To be honest, you got a movie ad. You tell me? I see. Narihata. A horror movie. Oh, interesting. I don't even play horror games. You've got a rent ad? I mean, if you're gonna rent something, I guess. But then, yeah. This is a level 6 classified spell. I shouldn't be telling you guys about this spell, but this is called Indignation. This is a nuclear level spell. This can destroy a whole town if you wanted to. But are you strong enough to cast that? That's the real question here. Because it's level 6 classified. That's as strong as it gets. If you're getting to level 7, you are a god. You're pretty much a god. And doesn't go past level 7. 8, 9, 10 does not exist. Are you able to cast Indignation, a level 6 fire spell? Oh, Tsunami can destroy a whole town already? Exactly. That's why this is so dangerous. Because it'll destroy the town you're fighting, and then like the next 5 towns over. So it's huge. It is huge. Think of it as a giant orbital laser beam that will leave a giant dent inside of on the side of Earth. You know, maybe a few states even. Yeah, maybe even a few states will disappear. So, if level 4 is Tsunami and it destroys a town already, can you imagine what Judgment will do? That's why you have to be careful. And that's why you have to go through Sigil class. It's more so not learning sigils and the planet. It's more so learning to control your mana and processing the sigils inside of you. Right? Yeah. And you too can be one happy mage. Wait. One happy mage. Now, I'm a class B. I can definitely cast level 5. Can I cast level 6? No. We'll get there. We'll get there. Cast a level spell. I'm a class B Val. I can only cast this. Cast level 5. Class B. But when I get to if I believe, I'd have to use a lot of my mana. What happens if someone tries to cast a spell and they don't have enough mana? Well, kind of just knock out. Honestly, they kind of just knock out. And I'm like, Megumi, yeah. If I try to cast a level 7 spell, if I try to cast a level 7 spell, either I or Cap2 ourselves will knock out and go unconscious, and the other will have to take over and use the rest of their mana, or we just both knock out. You really just go unconscious because it's essentially using all of your power. Like, imagine if you're lifting a car, right? And you're using all of your power. Can Cap2 cast a level 7? And that's classified. That's classified. Will she cast it? No, because I have Seal on her. That's all you need to know about that. It's very dangerous. That's why she's stuck with me. And not you guys, because she also drains sanity. And it hurts. It hurts a lot, okay? It hurts a lot. It's not back and breakfast. You don't know at this point. Ah, what's for breakfast? What's for brekkie? This is like 1, 2, 3. Yeah. They had fire and wind, fire, light, and lightning. Fire and fire. Give me a second to draw these out for you guys. Thanks for the look. Have fun playing Woowa. Scrambled seasoned eggs. Oh, sounds really good. It's like a really nice brekkie. You beat Woowa. Oh, what are you moving on to now? Technically. You're waiting for the next patches, I guess. I've slowed down on my Woowa. Oh, you're playing Honky Tonk. I see. You're playing Honky Tonk. I touched Honky Tonk for a bit, but it's not my cup of tea. Because if it's a turn-based game, I want to feel power, right? Like, sure, numbers are nice and all, but I like seeing like the growth of like your character. Does that make sense? Where, like, if you're leveling up, you gain a new skill, right? I like seeing that instead of just like, hey, I'm the character. Look at me. I'm level 1. I do like 2 damage. Look at me now. I'm level 90. I do 10,000 damage. Like, wow, that's nice and all, but are you really getting stronger? Because you still have the same moves. You know? Like transformations or something. Yeah! Which is why I guess Fly isn't like a nice transition for that. But even then, it's like, wow, she's capped, right? At that point. That's just why I can't play it. I don't, not for me. But then again, I've kind of stopped playing like most of those kind of games. Understandable? Yeah. Fun experience just doesn't hit the mood. Exactly. That's why I'm waiting for like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Sadly. Whenever they want to do that. For us. Okay. So, at this point, I'm kind of brain dead. I don't know how much else to tell you guys. Sigils are simple. You put them together 1-to-1, you get certain sigils. It's nice to start with the basics so you know what's going on, right? Elements. But there's also still... because this is just elemental basics. Element... base. This is elemental base. We have nature base. I know what you're thinking. Toku, nature and element is the same thing. No. Nature base. As in, like, medical. Medical. Line. Circle. Bump. M. C. For you. After a couple of years of making scrambled eggs, you finally figured out how you're supposed to season them. Oh, that's nice fun. I like making scrambled eggs once in a while, but I've been making lots and lots of butter omelets to be exact. Excuse me. Though I haven't had an omelet in a good while, actually. I haven't had a good omelet in a while. I don't know what to do for dinner tonight, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, nature. Because these all mean certain things, right? These all mean certain things. Because then this is like human. Platform or rest. You recognize human from the sleep. Exactly, yeah. See, you put human. When you put human on platform. You put human on platform. Human go sleep. It's as simple as that. You think you're actually learning something. I'm sad to say this is useless knowledge now. But in this imaginary world, it's useful. You're actually learning something, yeah. So it's good, right? And in the sense that this is absolutely all made up. You are learning something. It's not useful to you, but you can always easily take the inspiration and do something like that. Easily take the inspiration. This imaginary world will be turned into a game eventually. Imagine. I can only imagine. Nurture. Soon this knowledge will pay off. I hope so. I really hope so. Otherwise, I'm glad you're learning something? Question mark? Interesting. You're wondering, I know what you're thinking. Toku, if circle means human. If circle means human, why is human inside fire? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's a simple history of man and fire, right? It's a simple history of man and fire. When man wants to see in darkness, they want to create fire. New games will come back to rewatch Toku-sensei lectures once the time comes. Yes, please do if the time ever comes, right? But yeah, it's simply the need to want to see light, which is why you see two dots in lightning or light. Because man wants to see in dark. Man needs light. Lightning tends to deconstruct the light or nurture to the human need to see. Which is why that exists with that. See? It's nice to know this, but it's really important to know this. This is 1, 2, 3. This is ABC. Does that make sense? 1, 2, 3. Number. Is there a reason why there's a platform in lightning? Human. Round. Shadow. So cavemen are the final form of magic. Yes! Cavemen are the final form of magic. That's why we no longer have magic. At least you humans do. Us, on the other hand, have taken that knowledge and taken it further, you see. We've taken that knowledge and taken it a step further. And we've retained our magic on our planet. And thus is why this exists. And if you're wondering why the platform exists in fire, man needs to create a platform to create fire. And they want to see light. So they cater to their own light by deconstructing the wood. It's a simple, basic thing. And yes, S is sleep. I wasn't very creative with that one. I know. You want the spiral though. I know you want the spiral. Platform doesn't have to be a horizontal line. Nope. Depending on how you use platform, it will turn into something else entirely. Like for example, if you tend to, for fire and fire, when you add another line to fire, it changes the spell, the level of the spell, right? Because incinerate is 2 lines using 2 platforms. So you're containing the human, which creates a stronger fire, which sets them ablaze. But when you want to cast flare, well, not flare, but the next level of fire, you add 1 more line downwards, which creates the container of it, right? Which leads to like a fire tornado of sorts. And then when you add another line, well, now you've just burnt the person. Or for example, in wind. The wind is to help control the platform here, right? The platform here in wind is to help bring the platform into what? The wind into what? Or ice even, right? This is solid. Solidness. A 4th line and you get a sacrificial ceremony. Exactly. But did you want that? I mean, sometimes you might. Enhance. There's a lot of nature base. Just remember that. A lot of nature base. Because there's even triangle. Which means ta-da! Which hence wind move around platform. This is air. Is there magic to make rocks? Why yes, there is indeed a spell for quake. If you do that, 3 lines, and you add a human. You get quake, but sadly, quake is a level 3 spell. But quake is very condensed, you see. Quake helps you cast a spell amongst the person you were targeting, or the group you are targeting, depending on how strong you are. But when you cast quake, it definitely does just help you, I guess, make the enemy or target lose their footing or their foothold. And then that's when they, that's when they use that and defy. But can they control their defy is the real question. Because defy is all about countering, like, the mana space around you. Which is why defy on my eye is so powerful. Because defy is there to, well, as it says, defy. So if I was to cast, all of a sudden, when they do quake, I do that. I will defy their quake. And the circle there. Right? And quake can definitely help you make rocks. Or you can go even more simple and just create rock. and just create rock. Make rock. How big that rock is? That's on you. That's entirely on your mana level. Is your magic level high? You can make giant rock. Is it low? I'm sorry, but you've made a pebble. If you're on my level, you can make almost a hill. That's how big my rocks can get. Defy sounds awfully familiar to a character from the Daka box. Similar. It's very similar. Yeah. Defy can easily be shut down too, you see. Because then they can cast this. Just defy is deny, I know, right? But when you cast that, it pretty much just reverses it. Right? It's like the de-defy, exactly. It's like, hey, no, you can't do that. But you have to be very strong, like, you have to be able to be stronger than the person who's casting defy. It's all a mental battle. It's a giant mental battle at that point. Is your mental capacity stronger than that person's mental capacity? Yes? No? Well, I'm sorry, you've lost. Then they defy your defy, and then it gets a little more complicated from there. Yeah. Which is why I'm able to transform certain parts of me. I can also defy Captu if I want to. Like, allow her to consume me and turn me into a giant monster. Which combines our manas together and makes us into said monster. It's not a pretty sight though. It's not as cute as I am. No. It's quite ugly actually, you know? Quite ugly. You know, you see this, and it's like, oh, that's a regular monster, sure. That's a regular monster, sure. And then you see this. Right, you see this. With like multiple teeth inside. It's not a bird. It's not a bird. I just didn't want to draw the whole cape. It's not pretty. Let's just say that. She has hair, yes. This cape is rather fluffy. If you didn't know. Fluffy. Very comfy though. Other than that, yeah. I think we're done with today's lesson. Any questions before I end the stream today? I'm actually really tired today too, so I don't want to give too big of a lesson. When is the next lesson? Are you guys actually interested? If you guys are actually interested, I'll make a whole lesson about this. Yeah. The quote of the day? You are? Whoa. Okay. We'll see. We'll see. You're hella interested? Okay. I will go into depth then. The next session will probably be let me see. Because I've got a lot of things coming up, sadly. So 2 weeks from now sound? July 10th. How does that sound? I'll give you guys. We'll go deeper into nature. Go deeper into nature base, and I will explain to you guys how we make medicine and all that thing. All the shebang. Also, quote of whatever it is happens every stream. Don't you worry, everyone. Same time? Yes, same time. I usually start around this time anyway. Or 7, like... Yeah, an hour after before this. An hour before this is my usual start time. Otherwise, it's either the hour before this or the hour before that. 2 hours before this. It's one of those two. I'm usually on time. But if I'm not on time, that means I am late and I am breathing in my dinner or something. Or I took a nap. Or Stray decides he doesn't want to go outside and wants to come back inside. And then he decides he wants to go back outside and doesn't want to stay inside. It's a constant cycle. And for those of you who don't know, Stray is my wild cat who comes and goes as he pleases. I didn't adopt him, he adopted me. That's how that works. The cat system added a gun. Okay. Let me find someone to raid into. Give me a second here. Let me see. Let me scroll. I can send you guys over to... I don't know who to send you guys over to, actually. Everyone's playing Elden Ring. Do you guys want to watch Elden Ring? Oh, thank you. That sounds extremely accurate to what owning a cat feels like. Yeah. I have no say. If he wants to go on and enjoy in the wild for like a week, I can't say. Sometimes he stays in. Today he's gone. He's been gone for like 2 days now. It's fine. He'll be back. Stream was very enjoyable. Thank you for the stream. Of course, I'm glad you enjoyed. I can't say for sure that every stream is going to be like this. But, I can say I have a good time. So if you're having a good time, then that works for me too. Because I mostly do game stuff. This week just happened to be a more creative week, right? Besides yesterday, I guess. Every stream is unique. It's the best. Take it from everyone. Take it from the people who are usually here. One of them is Nachos. If Nachos is here too, he'll tell you. And Grass Neko, and Neb, and well, whoever else is usually here. But because I've been doing shorter streams this week, the show has been a lot. Lots of people have been showing up because they usually show up later. But that's okay too. Next week we'll be back to a normal schedule with a few more creatives in. Yes, I will do my best to do that. And just know I wasn't always talkative. It got here. And this is where I am now. Much better than where I started a year ago. Yeah, a year ago. Man, time flies. And next week I might have an announcement for you guys. Let me just say, do you guys enjoy drinking things? That is all. That is all. Okay. Now before I go, I will send you guys to... just someone new. New, I guess. Everyone's doing Elden Ring. No, I want to send you guys to Elden Ring. Let me see who else is drawing. Ooh, I know who to send you guys to. Okay. I'm gonna send you guys to someone called Tuna. Tuna. He's drawing characters. It's like vector versus raster. Right? I think it'll be fine. This is not exactly art, I know. It's not exactly art, but this is a creation, so I think it's creative. Okay, let me see. Alright, you know how it works, you guys. Before I leave you guys for the stream and the day, the night, I must leave you guys with knowledge of the day. It could be a message, it could be an item, it could be something, right? So, I will leave you with... I think. I know. I know what to leave you guys with today. Object of today is a Maui. Yes, a Maui. Do with that as you will. And as always, my little Tokyoms. Till next time. Bye bye. Not that Maui.